Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hindu Explainer series. I am Kushagra Goel. And on a Sunday, before we begin the discussion about doubts and the newspaper analysis, a reminder for all of you that utilize the weekend to do a quick revision of everything that we have covered throughout the week. Anything that you have left out or not understood that was there in the news, get it clarified now. Don't pile up things for later time period. Do things as and when they come. That is the best possible strategy, because only then you will not feel overwhelmed, and before the examination you can sustain yourself, do your revision, because revision is key. More and more different books is not important. Revising what you have studied is important. Reading the newspaper is all right, but you need to be consistent with revising what you have studied, right? Different articles that we have understood, different judgments that we have analyzed. All of that becomes really important for you all to know. That is only when you will retain the knowledge and increase your speed during the entire preparation time period and different tests that you are giving at Law Prep Tutorial or anywhere else. If you are doing self studies also, your revision is the key to knowing and retaining that knowledge, right? And that is only what is going to differentiate between those who will not clear the exam and those who will. The more amount of revision that you do, the better are your chances of making it through the examination, right? So utilize the Sunday to do a quick revision of everything that you did. And if there are any doubts, put them down in today's video and I will be happy to address them on a Monday, right? We are completely alright to have at least a major portion of our video dedicated to doubts, because doubts are what makes students curious, make them think, and that is the purpose of the CLAT examination now, that it wants you to think on your own. And only when you have doubts, that means you are thinking, and that what means that you will retain it, right? So on that note, with doubts, so a lot of you had doubts about the article about regulation of OTT platforms, right? Certain statements that you were unable to understand. So one of them was this: a plethora of laws are available to assess based on complaints whether there has been an egregious violation of law, and this determination ought to be made by an impeachable bodies representing a wide spectrum of civil society. Now what this says is that, if there is a content violation, if someone is doing something that is not permissible in law and then portrays it on a screen, there are existing laws to prohibit people from doing that, right? So for example, someone indulges in violence and does not provide warning for it, graphic violent content, right? Now that, or there is content that is, let's say, banned, such as child pornography, or extending that kind of content that should not be there, right? So for example, falsehood, utter falsehood, trying to create panic in the society through certain mediums. Now all of that, in general, let's say someone does it outside a OTT platform, right? In normal society also, without recording, you can hold those persons accountable. This is what the statement means, that if someone does this kind of work on an OTT platform also, there are existing laws. What we need is to implement them through a society or a body that belongs to this community. So only when the community which is creating the content becomes aware that these are the things that they shouldn't be doing, there would be no need of a third party, that is such as the government here, to interfere in the content, right? Related to that was another question: what is crass commercialism, right? Crass commercialism, now that's a phrase that is subjective to anyone. Commercialism is creating content that is purely to make money, right? To have a multiplier effect on the way or the content that you have. So for example, a lot of movies now have product placement advertisements. So the products that a actor or an actress or a protagonist is using in a film are all commercialized, right? They are specifically placed to generate ad revenue or revenue for the producer. Then there are other mechanisms also. We don't need to get into that. Crass commercialism is basically creating content to make money, not creating content to imbibe or make a mark on society or something like that, right? Then moving ahead, someone had a doubt about the editorial sections, right? Again and again I have highlighted that, see, the purpose of this series is, one, to cut down on the time period that you are spending while reading the newspaper. The series is to help you cut down on what not to read in the newspaper, to reduce the noise that is there, and that is what the purpose of the series is all about, right? So if there is something that I say is not relevant, ideally it is not relevant for you all and you don't need to waste your time on that, right? Then moving ahead, another doubt was about the US-Mexico border wall project. Now see, that was a project of the former President of United States, Donald Trump, to build a wall on the US-Mexico border, basically. So India-Pakistan is not a porous border. That is, we have a strict wall and there is only specific areas where you can come and enter the different countries. Now US-Mexico border is considered to be very porous, right? It's a long boundary and Donald Trump had a plan to build a literal wall between that, and that was something that was not had divided the US society. So that is the US wall project. Now the Democrats are in power and they are not in favor of the project, right? Then apart from that, about the Xinjiang conflict. Now Xinjiang conflict is what China is doing internally on its Uyghur Muslim population, trying to re-educate them, trying to remove their identity and impose the Chinese identity, or the identity that the Communist Party believes is of an ideal Chinese citizen, right? So that's a crackdown on Uyghur Muslims there, right? Apart from that, there were two questions, something that I have already addressed, about gilt bonds and mutual funds. Both those things we have already covered in different doubts. Gilt bonds are those bonds that the sovereign country has, and mutual funds are stocks in which people invest. A detailed explanation of them I have already covered in the month of February and January. So I suggest you go to the Google link and find out those videos where we have done this multiple times, right? Now on that note, we'll begin. Right, so on the front page, Finance Minister again was responding more to the budget. This is part of the general budget process, right? Then apart from that, that is not something of real relevance. Then NK Singh, the head of the 15th Finance Commission, highlighted, so there is an interview about him, and he was the head of the 15th Finance Commission. We have done a detailed discussion about the findings of Finance Commission in the month of November itself. This is a constitutional topic. Finance Commission is a constitutional body under Article 280 of the Constitution. So it becomes really important for you to have notes about the recommendation of Finance Commission. On February 2 also, we did a detailed discussion about one of the main things that the Finance Commission has highlighted, which has been implemented in the union budget, right? Then moving ahead, on the front page, nothing of real relevance for us. Supreme Court rejected a review petition and declined to amend the order. It is not of real relevance for us, right? Moving ahead, then yesterday, the second round, the second dosage of COVID-19 vaccine was started to be implemented. This is now we are in the phase of immunization or mass immunization, because once you are given the second dosage, you are expected to have immunity against COVID-19 and that the disease will not affect you. So this is a giant step of us against the fight on COVID-19, right? Then moving ahead, as you know that on a Sunday newspaper, there are no editorials, but there are still certain news that are relevant for us, right? So here, Home Minister was making a statement in the Lok Sabha about the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, what we need to know here is that it highlights a constitutional provision, which is something that you need to know. So he made a statement, Union Territory status for Jammu and Kashmir is temporary and formal statehood will be granted in appropriate time. What this tells us is that the power to create a state from a union territory or a state to a union territory lies with the Parliament, right? Article 3 of the Indian Constitution gives the power to the Parliament, all right? So that is what you really need to know here, all right? Then moving ahead, apart from that, more updates from how IITs are not filling up the seats for reserved categories and marginalized communities, right? So more and more updates on that story. Then moving ahead, here is an update from the PLA paper offers clues to China's move, right? Now this is a paper that has been translated. This is a military intelligence think tank paper of China, all right? Now this is a 2013 paper and has been translated by United States based China Aerospace Studies Institute at Air University based in Maxwell Air Base in Alabama, right? What does this tells us is it tells us into the internal thinking of the PLA, which is the Chinese military, and why it did certain actions that it did so, right? So it highlights how India, if it dominates the regions that are in dispute at LAC, yesterday we discussed them, right, can circle around Tibet area, right? Tibet is a region that China is very conscious about, right? It believes that there is a internal conspiracy that is, as per this paper, that India wants to liberate Tibet, and that is why it is paramount for China to dominate India in this region. Similarly, in the Indian Ocean, that the Indian Ocean is India's ocean and treated South Asian subcontinent as its sphere of influence and regarded neighboring countries as the main obstacles blocking it from achieving its geopolitical interest. So it sees and believes that India wants to dominate the Indian Ocean. It believes it is India's ocean of influence, and China, to gain foothold, has to expand its influence. This thinking explains why China has been trying to make maneuvers, all right? So this is generally not so important, just generally tells us why China has taken an active step on the LAC since April 2020, right? As I am speaking right now, the updates from United States have come in and the Senate has rejected the impeachment of former US President Donald Trump. More details about it will come out tomorrow. So we'll be discussing this on a Monday, all right? As I am recording this, the update is that his impeachment has been rejected by the Senate, all right? More crackdown by Myanmar military on pro-democracy activists. And here is another update that Oxford University will start testing the vaccine on children. Till now, the vaccine has only been given to people above the age of 18, right? Adults, and less people who are not lactating mothers, right? So now Oxford will start testing the AstraZeneca, the Covishield vaccine that we have, on people for 16 and younger, all right? So that is what is update, that how we can provide immunity to children also, right? This could pave way for more normalization and reopening of schools and reducing the impact of COVID-19 on education of children, right? Then we had talked about how Mario Draghi, the former European Bank chief, will be taking over as Prime Minister of Italy, and yesterday he was confirmed as the same, right? Then moving ahead, China has not given data about early COVID cases. This is something we'll be discussing abhi, all right? Then on the economic front, not of anything of real relevance for us, right? The scientific page, this one talks about placebos, right? Now, what does this mean? When we had discussed the vaccine approval mechanism, we had talked about how there is a group that will be given the vaccine and the other group which will not be given the vaccine. That is known as the placebo group, all right? People who participate in the vaccine trial do not come to know whether they are receiving the vaccine or receiving a placebo, all right? So now there is update. Should we now start giving vaccines to the people who are part of the placebo group? Because see, once we start giving vaccines to the people who are from placebo group, we cannot determine the efficacy of a vaccine. So have we reached the stage that we now don't need to ascertain the efficacy of vaccines or not? Is the discussion about nothing of real concrete information is there. This is merely a discussion, all right? Then moving ahead on the FAQ section, right? So spotlight on dams after the Chamoli disaster. This is an analysis of one, the geographical region of Himalayas and how Uttarakhand is located in the lesser Himalayas, which is a changing geographical location. That is because of monsoon and other events, the geographical area of Uttarakhand keeps on changing. That means that building high or big hydroelectric power plants is something that affects the ecology of the area and is not based on the seismology of the region also. Therefore, a suggestion has been made that in light of climate change, now we should have smaller hydroelectric power plants, and at the same time, there is also analysis that is it economically worthy enough to have these huge power plants, hydroelectric power plants, who are highly capital intensive, that can be instead not moved towards other sources of energy and mechanisms which are equally cost efficient, all right? So this is a discussion about that in light of how these tragedies keep on happening and devastate the amount of money that is spent on these dams and then affects the ecology and are not even sustainable. Here you can see the Tapovan hydropower project that has been ravaged by the tragedy recently, right? Then on the left hand side, bait plant and control. This is the discussion about Rona Wilson, the activist who has been linked to the Bhima Koregaon incident. Now this is about how her computer could have been hacked, all right, through a Trojan virus. Now the virus that has been highlighted here is NetWire. NetWire comes into your PC, then taps into your information, and you don't even come to know that someone else remotely is accessing your phone or your device, right? So this is a system of attacking which antiviruses also cannot access. Now there is discussion that one, this is proven that her PC was hacked and the information and transmission of information that was there from her PC was by the hackers. Now the question now remains, which is part of the ongoing investigation, is that Varavara Rao, an activist who is in jail and hospital, all right, in Maharashtra. Now the virus came through a mail sent by his computer, all right, but was his computer also hacked or not? That is now part of the ongoing investigation, right? So information that was transmitted through this was through these emails and PCs was held by our investigating agencies as a conspiracy against Indian state, right? Now there is news, the update is that the information transmitted through this person's PC was through a hacker and not by her. She did not even know that these files existed on her PC. Similarly, now there is investigation. Did the activists arrested in India were aware, or was the information that was transmitted through their PCs, did they know that this is happening, or it was hacked altogether? So that is the update that we need to wait for, all right? Then the probing the origins of COVID-19 pandemic. We know that the WHO team has been in Wuhan to ascertain the origin of COVID-19 virus. Now what all have they learned? One, they have stated that it is highly unlikely that there was a transmission from bat to humans. There was probably a host animal in between through which the COVID-19 disease spread to humans. Second thing that they have confirmed, that one, they haven't ruled out that the virus was leaked from a lab, but as per the investigations as of now, they believe that it is highly unlikely that this could be the case, because the SARS-CoV-1, which originated in 2002, right? Now that and the COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 that we know as COVID-19 is very structurally different. So it is highly unlikely that this was from a lab, but that is not being ruled out yet. And the next thing that they have highlighted is that the disease was spreading in China before Wuhan also, and it is unlikely that it originated in Wuhan itself. Why is that so? Is because there is no natural bat habitat around Wuhan. So there is unlikely that it spread from Wuhan. It's probably that it came from somewhere else. Alright, so this is what the article tells us. We have to wait for more updates from WHO about the origins of the virus, right? Now then on the profile page is about the profile of M. Shashikala, who was a partner along with former Chief Minister Jayalalitha of Tamil Nadu, right? And Miss Shashikala cannot contest elections, but she can influence the politics of AIDMK, and that is what it needs to be seen, because assembly elections there are around the corner, right? Then what is more important for us is the heights at constant friction. Pangong Tso Lake. So yesterday we talked about the entire conflict. Now here is an analysis of why the Pangong Tso Lake is of real relevance, right? Now we talked about how India is up to finger 3, China is up to finger 8, right? And it says that this intermediate territory between finger 4 to 8 is where the perception difference lies, right? Now, if you gain access till finger 4, if China gains access to finger 4, it can have a critical control over Chulsul Valley. Therefore, it is important for India to keep China at bay, that is till finger 8 only, right? Now, as part of the disengagement plan, the structures that China has erected on finger 4 will be demolished and the natural habitat there will be restored, and the area will become a no man's land. That is, no one can patrol that region. Secondly, it also tells us that how Indian boats and Chinese boats used to patrol the Pangong Lake also, and conflict used to happen on the lakeside, and how it was resolved. But what it most important is that reason why India needs to avoid China coming up to finger 4 is because otherwise the Chulsul Valley, where India's armored vehicles and tanks and everything is located, can be dominated by China. So to prevent that from happening, it is important and paramount for Indian forces to prevent China to enter the region beyond finger 8, right? Now, all of this is just understanding the psyche. This is what would mean when you understand the story behind an incident. When you have understanding as to why this is happening or why a country or countries are conflicting, then it becomes easier for you to remember the story about this, right? So on that note, we'll move ahead. Alright, then on sporting front, yesterday on day 1, Rohit Sharma created a record. He became the first player to score hundreds in each of the 3 formats against 4 different countries, right? So 3 formats of cricket, T20, Test and One Day Internationals. In that, he has now scored centuries against 4 countries. No batsman has done it more than 2 opponents. That is Sri Lanka, West Indies, South Africa and England. Rohit Sharma has now scored a century against these countries in all the 3 formats of cricket, right? So that was one record that he made while on his 161 innings that he played on the day 1 of second Test. Alright, and now he only trails Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli and Rahul Dravid in terms of century. So that is a record that was made yesterday, so it points out to highlight. On that note, we will end for the day, right? So again, I am reminding you that this is a Sunday, use it to revise, because there is less information than in the newspaper, and therefore it becomes paramount for you to remember and revise the content, right? On that note, thank you so much, and if you like the work that we are doing, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, do subscribe to it.